Good night and welcome to another review of The Shield Dude in the Couch. I'm Hector, the Shield Dude in the Couch, and today I want to talk about Swiss experimental band Zeal Ardor. For those of you that don't know the band, they formed way back like 2016. They're an experimental band that mixes gospel music with soul and with black metal. Something that you would think that would not mix, but somehow the band makes it work. And this band is the brainchild of Manuel Gagniux. I don't know if I did pronounce the last name correctly, but he basically had another band, and I think he was in a chat room where someone was talking about like musics that did not like mix well together, and they said gospel soul with black metal. And you know what he did? He's like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to do some songs. And at first it wasn't a full-blown band, but then it became a band. He got musicians together and it became what is now called Zeal Ardor. So their first album was dropped in 2017. It was called Devil Is Fine, and I must admit, at the beginning I wasn't a huge fan. I thought it was like something very weird. I was like, what is this? So I wasn't on board with it right off the bat. I really warmed up to them more in 2018, where they put out their follow-up sophomore album, Stranger Fruit, which was a great album that made my top 20 of that year. And now it's been a few years and they come out with this self-titled album. And so right off the bat, I can say that I think this is their best album yet. I think how they mix the gospel with the black metal and the soul in this album seems more flawlessly. Like in their previous album, sometimes it felt more forced. In this one, I felt that the songs flowed more organically, and like the elements are sprinkled a little bit in there. There's obviously soul, like I mentioned before, and gospel, but there's also some pop elements that are mixed in with the black metal, and it makes for a cohesive experience. The album is only 44 minutes in length. It has 14 songs, and something that I like about this album is that they don't have songs longer than the 4 to 5 minutes. They're usually shorter songs, and they don't overstay their welcome, and that works perfectly. I think the flow of this album is something that I liked a lot. The album starts with the self-titled Zeal Ardor, which is more of an intro song that builds up, and it goes to the first single that they released, which was Run. I believe Run is a great single to lead off because the song has all the elements that make Zeal Ardor. It has the black metal, blast beats, it has those gospel sounds all mixed in together for a really cohesive song, and really catchy song too, that I think made sense to have as a lead single. So the album has some songs that go really hard, and to me those songs are Death to the Holy. Death to the Holy is a song that it really is there's a lot of black metal, blast beats, and on the chant they scream Death to the Holy, Death to the Holy, and it's really fucking amazing how that song sounds. It's one of the best songs on the album. They didn't release that as a single, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the lyrics, I enjoyed the delivery, the vocal delivery of Manuel, like how he can go from soulful singing to the black metal is really very good, and he does it like seamlessly. It doesn't seem like it's something hard for him to mix these genres and styles of singing. And on another example, he can go the other way with a song like Golden Liar. Golden Liar is one of the most popular songs on the album. It's got a lot of soul. He's got a lot of singing like in that song. He really channeled some R&B singers for that song, because that's what it sounds like on that song. It's the total opposite, like a song to Death to the Holy, which is full on black metal, like really hard. And he keeps doing that on other songs like Bow. Bow is a short song, it's like 2 minutes, and it starts with the chanting, and there's like a lot of ooh, 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 the song, you know, that's very poppy. But it ends with him like screaming, bow down to the American way, and just finishes, and it's amazing song. Another song that I really enjoyed a lot was Feed the Machine. Feed the Machine starts with like a gospel choir chanting, Feed the Machine. And it starts getting more into black metal, full on blast beats, and it's just full in your face how it transitions from the gospel to the black metal in just a few seconds. And it's one of the strongest songs on the album and one of my favorites too. It's really a song that builds up, and when that chorus hits of Feed the Machine, you just feel it. And other songs that I enjoyed a lot, and this was a single, this was Church Burns. This one uses a lot of like choir on the song, and there's a lot of singing on it too, but it also builds up and gets harder once the song takes off. But it is a great album as well. And then you have a song that is full on German, that it's I think it's the hardest song on the album. I'm gonna try to pronounce this name. It's Götterdämmerung. And that song starts with some great guitar riffing, and it goes with the drum beats, blast beats full on, and it's a song that almost never hits the break. Even in the song, it's so hard. There's a part where you had that melody of the gospel just infused, sprinkled a little bit in the song, but it doesn't take over the song. That is a song that is one of the most black metal songs on the album, and one of the highlights for me. So this album also has a song that is more instrumental called Emerson, if I'm not mistaken. And it's almost a song that doesn't have a lot of lyrics until the end, where he's like doing some shouting that I can understand quite well what it says. But if I had to nitpick with what I thought maybe was less exciting in the album, maybe the album intro, the Zeal Ardor, and the outro, the last song is like an outro that feels like maybe they wouldn't be needed. But I think as a whole, they make sense with how cohesive this music is and this album is. So, did I find anything negative about the album? Not really. I really enjoyed it. I think that if you are a fan of experimentation, you may like this. But if you're a fan of black metal, like black metal with no experimentation, this probably won't be for you. It won't be your cup of tea, because there's too much like pop elements, gospel elements, and soul elements, like just sporadically dispersed between songs, and they're almost in every song. They don't take over the whole song, except with Golden Liar, which is the one that's more more singing, more gospel influenced. But if you don't like that type of experimentation, you may be put off by this album, and you know what, it's not for you. But for people who have more open mind and can like the experimentation, I think you will love this album. I think this is a very strong album, the strongest that the band has put out yet, and I can't wait what they do next. I think this is a band that I would love to see live, because I think this music live for Zeal and Ardor would be amazing. So I hope I can see them on tour sometime. So what did you think about this album? Did you like it? Do you think the hype is too much for it, or you don't like that experimentation in metal? Comment, let's talk about it. And of course, if you like what I'm putting out, hit a like, subscribe, help me get my channel to more people so we can, expand this and talk about music. So until next time, I'll see you right here on the couch. Good night.